ADOS and other similar movements as uh, xenophobic. And certainly, there are people who use the ADOS hashtag, who use the language of ADOS, who do engage in xenophobia. Now, there's certainly, I've seen some back and forth. I've seen people who identify, it's online, so we never know who's who in real life, but we see some people who identify as continental Africans who also make slurs and smears and just flat out disrespect against Black Americans. So I'm not saying this is a one directional thing. But I can tell you, I see a lot of people who identify as ADOS and FBA, who do use terms like anchor baby, who do, use, I'm trying to think of another term they use, but they basically talk, they sound like right wing white nationalists sometimes the way they're talking. Now, I guess one question I would have is, how pervasive is that in the ADOS movement? And also sort of how connected are you? How accountable do you feel you need to be to these online accounts, these online people who may or may not be part of the organization, but who represent, who use the language and title of the organization?
Well, it's not prevalent at all. It doesn't exist in the movement. Like inside the movement, we actually have social media guidelines in terms of what you can and cannot say and what you can and cannot do.
What
But
are they? What are they?
well, you are not allowed to be xenophobic. That's the first one. You are not allowed to use language to dismiss someone or diminish someone because of where they come from. But the problem is this is Twitter, right? And anybody can do the other thing they're kind of irrelevant. They're just, whatever. But anybody can put a hashtag and say, this is what I stand for and this is what I'm going to do, is Twitter. So you can't really control that. One of the things I would advise people to do, though, if you really want to understand who we are and what we stand for, you should just go to adosfoundation.org and you should see whether or not, like, if we really are a xenophobic people, then our agenda should express that. It should exclude you, right? And it doesn't. So, you should, my DMs are open. So if anybody wants to kind of understand that, we have a website for that. And most of the people just fight online. They don't ever go to the website. They don't ever DM me. My DMs they be dry. But y'all study talking about it. I don't think she believe in whatever. You ain't saying nothing to me.